Hello there, welcome back to some more Disco Elysium. In the last episode we punched a Measurehead in his stupid face, and now we're going to take some of this garbo. Including some cool office shades. Hey. Lower my drama, but gained visual calculus. Nice. My drama is already quite high, right? Yeah, it's 5 now because of -1. But visual calculus is 6 now, and physical instrument is 6. The next thing I'll need in terms of mission things is probably pain threshold, but also composure and interfacing. Alright, let's open the safe up.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
I agree.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Let's browse through them.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. 2 kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
I'll try once.
Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
Could I actually focus through not focusing?
You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
If I let my eyes go completely out of focus, my shapes start melting into each other.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there?
Yes.
Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
Force myself to go through them.
You're trying hard, but the data here is unbelievably dry. Something
You
about
bitch!
this
I always missed by like 1. Fine.
drawer slides shut smoothly.
I've got to level up volition. That's the next thing I've got to do. Because I keep failing volition checks. Just barely. Yeah. It's pissing me off.
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Okay.
The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Let my muscle memory dial a random number.
It's unclear
Ah.
whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing
Oh,
vaguely occult
you
patterns
fucking
in the air.
bitch. I'm off by 1 again. Useful patterns.
Undoubtedly, no.
I might try this
Sure,
again later.
Why not? Muscle memory is a tricky thing. Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, repeat until it works. All it takes is motivation and practice.
Radio's emitting strange buzzing sounds. You gotta try these checks. There's no downside besides the 10 cents I already spent. To try them again, I have to learn a skill, or talk to people. Sometimes talking to people is enough. Thank
The
you.
tarpaulin cloak is still hanging on the railing. The white rectangle of the Revachol Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back.
There you
As your
grab the cloak.
fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips.
Thank you. Right, what does the cloak give me? +1 a spirit decor and +1 shivers. Replaces my jacket, which is just... So it's just a better jacket. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Now where's my gun and badge? Collecting rainwater. This is a bottle, right? You can carry the carrier bag. us some cash. Oh, they might not be glowy. Maybe the bottles are around, but they don't glow. This is how I'm going to get money. Numerous empty bottles of Commodore Red and potent Pilsner. At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts. Give me the bottles. All money I'm going to need to sleep the next day. So I'm going to take them all. Okay, well, we're making progress now. Can't go down there. Let's go have a look in the old office.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
This is where René works. I'm going to look around.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Leave the picture alone.
The entire neighborhood can see us up here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't need to take the picture. Okay. Got a bag full of bottles. Each one is worth like 10 cents, right? All around you, great machines in quiescence. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. A beat up measurehead to get here, so. Button.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block.
Probably smart enough to know French.
Allumer on, étendre off.
Okay. The big old crane. Let's take the 80 real that's hidden here. You see faded industrial lettering on the platform, Kvalsund. The shipyard ahead is oddly quiet. The great machines are sleeping. The pile of cargo belts used for heavy lifting. One says Vermilion. Yeah, so I wanted to see what was... I guess I can zoom out. I wanted to see what was down here. Oh, it's one of the girls. Okay, so I'm not going to hit her. I thought I was going to crush them with the crane.
A rusting control. Allumer.
On,
With a
please.
loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Going to make a platform for me.
And, with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down.
Good.
The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
Its purpose? What do you mean?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
Okay.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
Yes. Well, thank you for seeing it my way, Kim. You've always been good to me. You always get on. I mean, I can also go through here now, is the thing.
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
Lieutenant, I think there's something special about this container.
You do? Because I don't.
Well, why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
It was hanging from the crane.
You just picked one out because you wanted to interact with a cargo container. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
Trying to open the door.
To turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
Let's knock on the door.
No reply.
Nothing more to do here for now.
You're back before the cargo.
Whale Fjord in Arden. Arden, I believe, being some kind of language. That's what it is. I didn't click on them. You have to click on them specifically. Okay. Cool. Right, let's go collect some money. Oh, yes. This tower speaker is silent. There is no work to organise in the yard below. Because everyone stopped working. Lazy buggers. The musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. It smells like blood. I wonder if I equip the old tool crowbar. Take some gloves. 1 electrochemistry or 1 half-light. I think electrochemistry is fine for now. Let's put the crowbar away so people don't think I'm mental. Even more than I already am. Okay. I'm going to keep my carrier bag though, because that's perfectly sane. Industrial-sized thermos. Smells like burnt coffee. I know I'm stealing loose change, friend. Banner sags under the weight of rain and snow. White waves on red. Hello, mate.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along.
Mm-hmm.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Tony Man is so engaged with his work, he doesn't even notice you. Hi.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
What is it with you people in scabs?
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
Doesn't seem to be waiting for me to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
What's in that container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have
Shit.
nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
Told you.
You bitch. Damn you, Kim. You're Ubi, right?
Oh, yes. Born and raised in Arish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then. Too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir. Those are just nasty rumors.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Where's everyone? The harbour's empty.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in.
He leans in with a confidential look.
We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate.
Pauses to think.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
He stops, but seems eager to tell you more. What trouble did Titus and his friends get into?
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business.
He smiles and leans closer.
Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
Really? Did they kill someone?
No, I don't think they killed anyone. Let's better talk about something else. Titus and his boys do good work. I don't want to get them in trouble over a little drinking.
He probably doesn't know anything anyway. Who in their right mind would tell him?
What are you doing with the containers?
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
I'm going to try this even though it's red. It means I can't try it again if I fail. What's going on here?
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like brothers as you glance around with similar childlike wonder.
Well, red is so much prettier than drab old green.
Sure is, mister. Sure is. Really livens up the place. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I hate to break this bonding moment, but the red containers mean they are replacing the company livery with the union livery, which means this strike isn't gonna stop anytime soon.
Fair enough. Do you work here?
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo.
The little man raised his hand in a welcoming gesture.
I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
Oh.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am.
Hold on, who's this Miss Beaufort you mentioned?
Oh, Lizzie. She is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years, she has.
He sighs and falls silent, watching you meekly with his blue eyes.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer, aka the gardener?
Okay, so this is the union fixer, the gardener.
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip, too.
The little guy smiles a disarming smile at you.
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later.
Yes, I'm looking for the leader of the Dock Workers Union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood.
He coughs, then continues immediately.
Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Easy now, Leo. I just want to know where I can find the man.
Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course.
Okay, I'm
Bye-bye
off.
now.
Bye-bye. Well, I didn't get to find out what was going on with the mountain, so I think it just gives me XP if I'd succeeded, because Kim told me anyway, so I think it was fine. Coffee in the giant thermoses is still lukewarm. Still a ways away from experience yet. Stair made of pallets leading up, oh dear. The big boss. A taxidermy fish that tells the time. Alright, mate.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Are you in charge of the dock workers?
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat.
Dubois? Henry Dubois? That's my name. He gestures to a tiny chair opposite to his giant desk.
I'm Everett Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez.
The man relaxes into his chair and continues.
I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
The lieutenant nods at you, then the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Take a seat.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
He gives you a sly wink. Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Wait, you know God?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Keep it. I'm good.
Okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
He crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into the chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you,
Ah, shit.
Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
I would appreciate any help you could provide.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
We gotta try not to panic.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it. You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. You
God,
think you're disgusting.
the kids,
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
they're gonna
What
kill
is this,
themselves.
Mr. Dubois, he keeps repeating. What is he trying to
Jesus.
do? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
Gonna slide in the chair like a jello.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
No.
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Oh yeah, man, I'm fucking great.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
Okay. You're a big boy. You could do this. Okay. I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you.
Of course.
I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me,
I sense there's a but.
but there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, If we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Okay.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
I've opened a few doors in my life.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colours, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Damn it, fine, I'll look into it. We need to talk about that murder.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done and we can take our friendship to the next level.
He flicks his fingers.
You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry.
Yes?
Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
What's in the container that's outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
There's something special about it. It was attached to the Kvalsund crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container.
I will try.
You should at least try convincing it.
You could be Mr. Dubois. Why?
Of course. Let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's really my name?
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
My memory's fine, I'm just teasing you.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
The lieutenant inspects Everard over his spectacles.
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first.
Have another look at the folder.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
That's not an RCM folder, brother.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
I see.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
The Census Bureau says my name is Harry Dubois.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's
Aren't you
move
gonna ask?
on.
Aren't you gonna ask me how I get in?
Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
I don't even know how I was able to do that.
Don't worry, Harry. Between you and me, I'm not a huge fan of his race thing. But the Union did not get where we are today by frowning on eccentricity. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
I met Joyce, the company representative.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
I love a corporation situation. Just pals?
Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends. I'm not a jealous guy.
Ever, Joyce seems to think the Union's lowballing her.
Yes, yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gummel?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
He made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
Called him a midget.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
Joyce said the previous Union had vanished under suspicious circumstances.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Honey, Joyce didn't mention any casserole.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew.
Oh.
Or a hairdryer. Or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it.
I see.
Mine was.
This particular brand of humor he has, it makes for a fine distraction.
Why haven't you let her in to see you?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
Okay, let's talk about something else.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization.
I see.
I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret.
Okay.
Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now.
Let's talk about my lost gun.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
The gun may have been bought from Voice Pawn Shop. Have you men factored that in?
Yes. Thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed factored in that you pawned it. Now, please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important. Building our relationship for the good of Martinez.
Does this mean if I do things for you, I'll get my gun back?
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
If I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again later.
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great, wouldn't want to get stuck in here.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Kingdom of Conscience. The Kingdom of Conscience will be exactly as it is now. Moralists don't really have beliefs. Sometimes they stumble on one, like on a child's toy left on the carpet. The toy must be put away immediately, and the child reprimanded. Centrism isn't change, not even incremental change. It is control over yourself and the world. Exercise it. Look up at the sky, at the dark shapes of the coalition airships hanging there. Ask yourself, is there something sinister in moralism? And then answer, no. God is in his heaven. Everything is normal on earth.
Beautiful. Then I've got Vigorous Self-Critique, which is 11 minutes left. So in terms of things I can do, can bring up my volition to more. And I can bring up... let me have a look again. It was volition and logic. Yeah, I can bring logic up even further. I could go to like 12 logic if I wanted to, although good luck with that without getting either like drugs or really good equipment. I need to up my volition though. I'm literally at 1 volition, the lowest volition you can have. But I didn't increase my psyche very much. Turns out just being smart isn't very helpful if you're mentally unhinged. But, oh well. I could have bought his check, but I don't need his pity payment. Fuck him. I'm getting my own shit together. Frame rate's like 144, and sometimes goes down a bit, but as long as it stays above 60, I don't think you'll be able to tell. Right, so I've got to speak to Manana, because he has the... Oh yeah, let me try and talk the thing open.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
I've got with 5 rhetoric, I've got 8% chance to talk the door open. I didn't mean I went to press escape to leave the menu, but I pressed escape and it was like, oh, you want to open the menu? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to talk the door open, though I will try at some stage. I am quite crazy enough to try it. I'm not going to get Kim to leave and go speak to her about the thing he doesn't want to speak to me about, or doesn't want me to speak to her about. I'm going to just upgrade Volition and go for it. Can I try this again?
The file cabinet stands steady
No.
as ever.
I need to increase my Volition a little bit. I'll be much better off if I can increase it a little bit. Is he back up? I think, well, I broke his, like I made his throat bleed. But he'll be okay. Alright, mate.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too. Probably.
Labour Utopia.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains.
You know it suddenly then turns to your wild smile adorning his face.
Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Everett said you had the key to the door.
Key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open?
You said it belonged to a weasel.
Oh, say no more. I got you.
He taps the side of his nose with a little wink.
I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I'm not opening this door for myself. I'm opening it for all working men.
I knew this man was a coming. And it's a good thing you're doing too. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter.
His gaze wanders off into the distance.
None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess.
Anything else we should know about the task? The weasel, when he'll be home?
I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
The man takes a big sip from
It
flask.
means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. But he will shoot his mouth off with you now that you're working for Everard. Ask
Yes.
him about the Hardy Boys.
Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Hardys? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Any idea who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
The mark was hanged with a very specific type of cargo about one often used in harbours that had the word Vermilion written on it.
What a thought. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Pushed how?
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
Hold up, what does that mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts.
Did you kill him?
I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search.
Takes a sip from his flask. Good day to you.
Hey,
Who, me?
yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again.
How come there's word on the street?
Keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impale all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket. Literally murder all human beings, regardless of their political beliefs.
Maybe this one,
kind of stuff.
but I haven't said anything like that.
Okay, not in so many words, but don't deny it. You're about to rip off that mask of social democracy and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that will devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Nah, no.
Very well. I guess no one will build communism then. Tell the working man it's over, unless anyone has objections. No objections. It's mathematically impossible to achieve a classless society.
Thank you,
Everyone
logic.
knows this. Did someone mention cocaine? Are we doing cocaine? No. I'm sure I heard someone say cocainism. Anyone? Anyone else? There's no one? There's no one. Okay then. Lie down and let the water carry you downstream.
By communism.
Rigorous self-critique. Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught. You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Sounds like me. Okay, right. Let's go open the door. That's the final thing we do. Some real bona fide police work. Mr. Friend Man is not going to be very happy that I spoke to the boss, but I don't particularly care, is the problem. Yeah, we're about over time for the video, but I'm just going to do this because I'm here already.
There. Working class drunk. You know what this means, right?
Case solved.
Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Wait, what did I crack exactly?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
It's her husband. The missing husband.
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though?
This doesn't add up. I'm only making a fool of myself.
Do marriages make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of law. It's time to ace this case and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later.
Let your logic take over. It's nonsense.
Honorable recruit. Not honorable at all.
I think I need to lay off the juice for a bit. Well, Kuno threw one of these into the sea. So that's fun. But we can go back behind here now because we can get in.
Whoa. What have we here?
A bridge.
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Kim, looks like we got a construction code violation.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though.
But Lieutenant, think about the
The
splinters.
bridge is fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
Yeah, but the splinters. I thought it was going to break then. He stopped literally in the middle of the bridge, and I thought, oh fuck, it's going to crash and it's going to kill him because I didn't do anything about it. It's going to be all my fault. That's where my brain's at.
Yes?
Sorry. I meant to get the bottle behind you. I've got bills to pay, you see. Okay, so I can get in here now.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
Let's press RA against the door.
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds
Let's
chirp.
unlock the door.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Good job. Let's go now. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in there. There might be important information in the apartment. I mean, there might. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft, a whistle.
Not interested. If I want to get my gun back and to have my... Well, he doesn't know anything about me, but to have the gun back and for him to talk to me about the murder, I just have to do what he said. So let's just open the door. And then leave. Yeah, I unlocked the door. I'm not about to get myself in trouble with the big boss when the big boss is the only person that's going to actually help me solve the case, which is what I'm here to do as a police officer. Although we know who did it already, we just need them to basically say they did it. I make my own way as we all will. Do. Right, let me put these bottles in the old juicer. Give me some money back. The game would have already gone very different if I was playing with my own personal rule set, which is just reset every time you fail anything.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Thank you.
Is this about the questions again?
No, it's okay, sorry. She's not bothered and she doesn't know anything, so let's not disturb her. What's the point? What's it gonna do? Alright, so. Hello, mate.
Went native on the chief, huh? Those ballerina antics were reckless. Should have just punched him in the throat again.
Wrong. You did the right thing with Measurehead. The ballerina antics won you the fight.
Thank you.
Let's talk about our right to work.
I'm just gonna leave. See you later. Right, I've done the task. Let's save up here so I know where I'm going next time. Save in the room. Because I want to make sure that I know that I'm going in to speak to Everett again. Okay. Let's go through here. Yeah, so that thing we unlocked for rigorous self-critique is that if we fail red checks, we heal. And our cap for pain threshold is higher. So we can take more of a beating. But I'm not a particularly strong person, truth be told. Can I see that from here? I can see these things, but I can't get down there. I think that's on the... yeah, it's on the top of the other bit of the building. Yeah. Okay. So... I'll go over here. Bag-toting warrior that I am. Bag-toting something, that's for sure. And then we'll go to here, and then I will go in his office, and I will save when I'm in the office. Just lives inside a shipping container, you know, usual shit. Okay, right. See you guys next time when we speak to Everard and say we open the door and nothing else, and then we'll find out what else he wants from us. Because it's definitely not going to be that easy. See you then. Goodbye.